good morning. How are you? And I hope everybody's well today. We've got some beautiful rain outside, and this segment this morning, we are here at the Gawler Fishing and Outdoors Centre in Murray Street of Gawler. And Karl is here with us this morning. Welcome, Karl, and to talk to us about this beautiful shop that he's got in the middle of Main Street, Gawler. And this type of promotion has been brought and supported by the Gawler Business Development Board so that we can sort of keep people up to date that use the various means of Facebook and that, to know what is in the town of Gawler. And Karl, over to you regarding your shop here. Such a very successful business that you run here, and the amount of items in the shop of this size is quite amazing. And how many particular different individual items would you reckon that you would have here in this particular store?
Well, welcome everybody to Gawler Fishing and Outdoors. Firstly, about 10,900 product lines we carry in this shop now. Mm-hmm. It's expanded significantly in the last 2 years, I suppose. Yep.
Yeah, and certainly the expanding of it has been because of the demand of the people that come in. I mean, I've heard of people coming from something like a 200-kilometre radius, you know, into the outback areas and the river areas and that come on down here to get their supplies, whether it's to do with bullets and guns and changing over or getting that latest fishing rod and all that. Is there a bit of a difference in comparison of the sports and the pleasures that people nowadays, is fishing more of a demand than it is by way of guns and shooting and trapping and all those other things, and even the general camping type facilities?
Well, to start at the beginning there, we initially only focused on the local market, but we're drawing people from all over the state now to come and shop with us. Our range is very diverse here. We do it differently to many other stores, and I don't think in South Australia there's probably a business just quite like this one. It's a little bit unique for SA. Specialising in fishing, camping, hunting, firearms. It's a seasonal business in various different ways. For instance, we've just finished the firearms and camping side of things in a big way. Yep. Camping's about to pick up now for the long weekend, so our business is seasonal. So and those three main departments, different times of the year. Fishing tackle in summertime is generally the busy part of the business. Yep. And moving forward to camping gear, and we offer so many things in camping now to make it easy: mod cons, hot water systems, toilets, all this sort of stuff to make it easy for people rather than roughing it if you don't want to rough it. But personally, I just have a swag and I'll just grab my swag and go. But if you need more modernised equipment than that, or we can offer that too.
It's all go, yeah. Without a doubt. I mean, the four-wheel drive market today, I mean, I don't think you could drive anywhere and you don't see the twin cabs and the big four-wheel drives and everything. And I know some of the areas that I've been in my travels around the bush, you'll see a vehicle pull up and within 2 or 3 minutes it's all set up with a camping facility, the shower, and to wash the dishes. They open up the back door and the fridge rolls out. And of course, you sell all of that sort of gear here, and that's probably been because of your experiences, because I'm not sure where you find the time, but the amount of times that I hear that you've been up the bush and maybe pig shooting with the feral pigs that are quite a terrible problem at the moment and things like that, so it's just a matter of finding that time and then hopping in the Nissan and away you go.
I love it. I'm passionate about the outdoors. We want to preserve the industry, but from recent experiences, I've just done the Birdsville track, done Big Red. Yep. Did a trip down the river in the Tinny, started at Robin Vale, come down to Blanchetown over a fortnight. Trip of a lifetime. So in South Australia, we're so lucky to have opportunities like that and be able to do this sort of stuff at really minimal cost, really. It's not a big expense and not far to go do it.
No.
We're so spoilt by it.
No, well, I've had a walk around the shop here this morning and what's available here, everybody should come on in and just say g'day. And look, I just want to have a look around the shop because there's things there that I thought, well, I didn't know they made that, you know, and so forth. So for you and your staff to be able to keep up to date with what's going on, I mean, have you got got people that are constantly bombarding you with different things that they're making. And of course, with your expertise, you always want the quality, and that's what you've got in the store here, is first-class quality. There's none of this stuff that second-hand stuff or anything like that. It's stuff that when people buy it, the gear they buy is going to last them and do the job they want, because I found myself coming in and buying goods here. Every one of your staff, I mean, a lot of people go into a business because they want to talk to the owner, the manager, but it doesn't matter because all your staff feel the same way. They're passionate about what they're selling.
And you're right, Brian. Everyone that is employed here is passionate.
Yep.
They have a drive for this industry, preserve the industry. We all use the gear here we're selling, so we've had hands-on experience. Everybody in Gawler Fishing and Outdoors is a specialist in their own field.
Yep.
And we've got, I just calculated this morning when we were talking about this interview, we've got over 65 years of experience in this building.
Wow.
Just with the staff on hand, which is, so we can help. And we want to support quality product, and we want to back it up. After sales service is super important to us. That's how we survive in business these days. We've got to offer a service.
Yep.
And be able to back our product up. And we want to help. We want to sell a product, and we want to help with the longevity of that product and back it up. If there's a problem with it or you need a hand with it, we're here to help.
Yeah.
We're approachable.
And your involvement in the community that you have your business in and things like that, it's always been one that's been highlighted, not in a big advertisement way, but there to help if people want to be able to have some advice about something, or maybe even just about how to run a business. Because I mean, we're finding Murray Street starting to fill up now with the shops, especially with the barber and the beer. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, you and I really don't go to the barber, but the thing is, with it, to have a beer there as well, it's quite a unique thing, and it's great to see what you've done here and what other people are now thinking about doing something a bit different in business, and that's what makes people come on in to the town
doing it differently
to actually shop here, And as you said, you get away a lot and go out camping and all that sort of stuff. And I heard you say about the swagging, so you just roll the swag out and that's out in the bush watching the million-star sky.
A fire, a barbie, a swag. It doesn't get real lot better.
Yeah,
I don't think. And I'm really lucky I can do this with the huge support of my wife. She's without
important.
Absolutely, without the support of my wife, I couldn't do what I do.
Yeah, no, well, I've certainly found that through my life too as well, because these things don't just happen by yourself. You might think you're making a good idea, and quite often the wife tells you you're not making a good idea too. You've probably had that happen too.
Constructive criticism is important.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Especially when it comes around the top end dollar at the end of it or whatever. But for somebody to what advice would you give to anyone that's contemplating on coming into the town and starting up a business, even if there's other businesses? Because I know, as I've said to you about, there is opposition businesses in the town, but you don't look upon them as opposition businesses.
Competition's healthy, and we have businesses similar to ours in the north of Adelaide, and it seems to have grown our business. We've increased our sales and demand for our goods since that's happened.
Yeah.
Like I said, we do it differently. We sell our brand name gear. We back it up with warranty and service, and it's how we're going to survive.
No, that's good.
Online sales have come on, and we're selling online.
That's great.
With an online store.
Yeah.
But the majority of people still want to come inside. They want to see the business. They want to see the gear.
Yep.
They want to have a chat, and we want to give them the right advice, and we want to sell them a product they can use and get good life out of. It's important.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, recently I was talking to a mate of mine, and he said something about, I handed my guns in. I used to love going rabbit shooting because at the moment the rabbits are coming up again and all this sort of thing. And he said, it was too much of a hassle. But really the advice that you and your staff can give to people is that if you still want to get back to the point of having a small gun, a slug gun, or whatever it may be, and that sort of stuff, the advice that your staff can give them will make it easier for them to understand if they wanted to get back into doing those little things again when they go out camping,
Yeah, well, that's right, and it's fun to do. I know when I was a young lad, I used to love, Dad was always into shooting, but fishing as well and camping, so I had really rich upbringing with all of that. And
and
firearms certainly was one part of the business, but the fishing and the camping is certainly the flagship of what we are, really, and from the grassroots up. And it's really satisfying sometimes watching that young lad walk in. He's this tall, and now I see him. He's married and kids, and he's still coming in, and he's got the gear, and he's probably bought some of that gear that he bought from me years ago. Marvellous.
Well, that's terrific. And in your travels, and also probably in the business, there's probably been a few or a couple of funny stories that you may like to relate to. That people may well want to know some advice, and you're certainly, and the staff are very much supportive with advice. So have you got a couple of ideas?
There's one that just stands out. I really smile every time and have a bit of a chuckle about it. And in my younger years, I was squidding on the Stansbury jetty, and I'd caught this big cuttlefish. And those that know the cuttlefish, they fill up with water. They get fairly heavy. They've got an ink situation when they're threatened. So anyway, I'd caught this big cuttlefish, landed this big cuttlefish on the jetty, and some broken English people had come across, hadn't seen my cuttlefish, what it was, and walked straight over to this cuttlefish. And you know what it did, Brian? Squirted ink straight in their face. And I laughed, and God, it was a very, very funny situation.
Yeah,
anyway,
I bet there's a lot of funny stories like that.
I don't think they saw the funny part of it, though.
No, probably not, especially getting the ink off, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But that's just one of so many stories, I've had so many fun times doing what I do and getting out and about. Yeah. Just love the industry, love what I do.
Yep. And in Gawler, when you do get a chance to take your lovely wife out for lunch, and pamper her and all that sort of thing, is there any particular place where you love to have a meal in the town of Gawler?
Thankfully in Gawler, we're absolutely spoilt for choice. We've got, whichever way you look from the main street, you've got some wonderful pubs either side that are all fantastic. Right across the street, we've got the Java Hut and the Vietnamese bakery.
Very busy.
We don't get out much. I don't get out much. Generally, I pack a lunch, but when we do get out, we're just spoilt for choice in Gawler. We're just, if somebody wants a day out and they want to come to Gawler and have a look around, you can easily spend a day here. You can have a wonderful meal here and enjoy the town because it's a real pretty spot. And we got the best of town and country here, and there's no doubt about that. And I think Gawler has made itself known that we've got city prices and country feel, and country relaxed. Country business.
You're spot on there, and I think the message that I've tried to get out all the time through these segments and promotions is for saying to people that live in our town, we've got 11,000 ratepayers, but 22,000 people actually live in the town, but this town supports 100,000 people a day. And straight away, people are going to say, what? Is he off his rocker? But no, we've done the survey. 100,000 people a day visit Gawler. This is taking in the combination of who goes to Woolworths, to Coles's and all the other stores in the town. I keep saying to people in this community, all you got to do is hop in the car, come down, plenty of parking just off the off streets, and come on into the shops, especially this shop, to come on in and see what's there, because it will really open your eyes and open your eyes to the point of thinking, wow, I might grab a fishing rod and that I need to know what hooks and sinkers to take, and your staff are going to tell us. And that's what I've found every time, and from our friends that have been in to you, is that you've got that service, you've got it here, so get out of the kitchen and the bathroom and get in here and have a look, sort of thing. But
Gawler's such a focal point for the area too. The more service we can offer here in the town, the more people will come, and I think Gawler is the focal point for the north, and moving forward, we've got a good spot here, and quite happy to have business in Gawler.
Well, I think that's what you said. Like it's really the best of town and country, as you said before, because we've got the town, and really with the population now, we're really a city after 20,000, but we don't want to be a city. We're the town and the country, and that's what it's all about. And of course, we all know of the virus that's just hit our world, which I don't think any of us can get our head around that. But has that made any difference to your business in general?
Strangely, Brian, we've grown from this. We've had an increase in sales.
Wow.
People are staying local and not flying further afield. the people that are going away are doing it locally, and we obviously have camping gear and associated product, fishing gear, firearm related gear, where they can go, they can socially distance and still be able to have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
What it's all about.
Well, that's exactly right. And I mean, I mentioned before about if anybody was thinking back to getting a gun to go out and do a bit of rabbit shooting. We don't want any rabbits, so they're good eating and all that sort of stuff. And of course, there is a lot of, things you got to do now, stipulations like have your gun in a gun box. They're all down the back of the store, and all of these, the covers, if the gun needs cleaning, you bring it in and somebody will clean it for you.
Service, yeah.
So really, when you look at that and somebody says, well, I've got a fishing rod, but really it's pretty old, well, come on in, because there's nothing that you haven't got here.
And we can offer service and repair. So if your reel needs a service at the beginning of the season, or something's not working on it, or you've got a broken rod tip, well, all of that's done here, and that's a point of difference that these other stores don't do. We provide all of that service in store, not sending it away, or if the warranty's out on a no-name product, well, don't worry about it, we're not going to look after you, we're not going to help you. Our product, we want to back it. We want to see you get some quality run out of your product. It's hugely important for our business.
Yep.
And I think we do that really well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, look, it's been a pleasure to let us in early here this morning, because it's nearly 9 o'clock and everybody will be wanting to phone in and come on in and be able to pick up some gear. So thank you very much. And to everybody out there, come on in to Gawler Fishing and Outdoors. You'll love it.